like I think he can say it just as part of his election. Like he's not. What laws would that be violating? You know, like how they all say. Well, like what I'm thinking about is like elections, like federal elections. Like does he need to report that as some sort of?
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.
Not really. In that last clip that we played, I don't think so. I can't think of anything why it would be a problem. I just think it's a little unusual for him to be hitting a podcast so hard. It just feels a little bit different. It's like, you know, they can say like, text me here, sign up for my newsletter, go to my website. It's just, I think it's just a little bit strange that he says, sign up for my podcast. It just kind of feels unusual. It just feels strange because he's a senator. And we're like, what are you shilling your podcast for? Okay. That's what I do. Is shill, you know, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Like this video. Like this video. Yeah, what's he gonna start doing? Like nutritional reads or something? Start selling some supplement products or something? Oh gosh. Ted Cruz gonna start a merch store? Great. Better not start reading Field of Greens. Punk. You know? He had his show on Sunday night. Yeah, Ted Cruz, you know, I think it's good that they're trying to figure it out, but it doesn't feel as natural as like an AOC. You know, AOC is just very good at social media. It's kind of scary how good she is. And with the younger demos, really. What's up, Brandon? The real Kittler's here. And so True Neutral, I don't think so. I think he's okay. The Hatch Act, that type of stuff, I think it's more for stopping the executive branch from executing in a partisan fashion. So you can't really, you know, talk in that way. So I think it's all good. It's almost a little shameless, I think. It's like nobody else does it because it's kind of shameless. It feels like it's just, yo, bro, like you're a senator. What are you doing? But you got to get subs, man. You got to maybe I should be a little bit more shameless. You got to get those clicks, man. And I do think it's smart that Republicans are building out their own infrastructure. Like, I think that's a good thing, because if they're beholden to just the networks that they have to show up on, that limits their reach, and they can, you know, have a deeper connection and cultivate an audience, you know, go deeper than just their 2-minute stingers on Fox News or whatever. Yeah. I think Ted Cruz is a very smart guy, and I just like to dunk on him a little bit because I think it's funny, and because he's a senator and he can take it. And I kind of get irritated. It's like, hey, yeah, like I appreciate you building your podcast and all of that, so that when you retire, you've got, you know, a nice vehicle to sell your books and your commentary. But I also, you know, I'd also like to see you do some actual work of a senator. That'd be also great too. Yeah, teasing shows affection. I like Ted Cruz. I'd give him grief about that to his face. I'd say, hey, Ted, how's your podcast growing? You know, hey, you know, or if like Ted Cruz and I were like at a dinner, I'd tell the waiter about his podcast. I'd say, hey, did you know that this is Senator Ted Cruz? He's got a podcast, you know. Are you subscribed to it on Apple, on iTunes? You should subscribe to it. It's good. You know, it'd just be kind of fun. And then I'm sure he'd be like, how's your border in Arizona going? They'd be like, yeah, not good. Thanks for that. But I think we can needle each other. I think he'd be a good sport about it too. Yeah, I think he'd be a good sport. And of course, I'd probably laugh at my own jokes more than he would. But I think he's effective. Ted Cruz is effective. The more people he can reach, the more, the bigger his outreach. Like look, AOC and those people, like they're good at this stuff, man. So the Republicans got to have a response because she just had, I mean, how many subscribers, how many followers does she have? Like it's crazy, and that motivates people to vote. She's out there every day and on election day. Do you vote? Do you vote? Do you vote? Do you vote? It's like 10 million people. Boom, 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 boom. We want to match that and surpass that. Have the biggest reach ever. And you just say, hey, by the way, did you vote today? Make sure you vote, get your whole family to vote. And that delivers another million people to the polls. Boom. I mean, that's powerful, and that takes time. You got to build. All right. So let's see what AOC is. How many people does she have? Look at this. Gosh, 13 million on Twitter. And I think that's like small, right? Like her Instagram is way bigger than that. So that is monster. And I can't tell you how powerful that is. Like it's so powerful. It's crazy powerful. So the Republicans have to figure this out. And I do appreciate that they are working on it. Like they're building up their YouTubes. I've seen Comer's YouTube. Matt Gaetz has a YouTube. It could all be bots on that one too. Yeah. What's her Instagram numbers? Does anybody on Instagram? I mean, let's see. AOC, what her Instagram looks like. 9 million on Instagram. So maybe Twitter's more political. 8.5 million on Instagram is what she's got. Here's what that looks like. It's a lot. It's a lot of people. So between the two of them, let's say there's 20 million in numbers. Let's say it's half that, 10. Let's say she's got, yeah. So let's say it's 10 million people that she effectively can communicate with. Half of her total subscriber count. And let's say she's 10% effective in motivating 10% of those people to go vote. That's 1 million votes. 1 million votes. Boom. That's big. It's big. So it's just numbers, right? It's just sheer volume. That's why I like Mr. Beast, right? The biggest YouTuber ever. When he launches a new product or something, it's sold out across everywhere. It's just numbers. It's just pure reach. And the only Republican who could figure this out, Donald Trump. All of the others are like, oh, subscribe to my podcast. Derp. It's like, gosh. Trump, how many does he have on Twitter? A gajillion. I think he's like the 8th most followed account on Twitter. Crazy. 80, yeah. Guys, and they're like, no. Let's get rid of Trump. Ridiculous. All right, so let's say hello and see what some of these comments say. We got Voice says, my channel took a medical misinformation strike because the jab was talked about during the debate. Yeah. I imagine that they're going to be clamping down, Voice, man. And they just changed their policy. I'm actually kind of nervous that I'm going to get hit because not that we talk about it much anymore, but I got hit with a medical misinfo strike before. And I think it was like they changed it after the fact. So I might have to go back and take a look and see if there's anything I need to adjust. But like I remember we made a video about a Biden policy that was actually happening, like they were doing it, and then they stopped doing it. But my video said that they were doing it because they were doing it, and they said nope, medical misinfo. I said, what the hell are you talking about? But it was accurate when they were actually doing it. And they're like, we're not doing it anymore. So you can't say they're doing it. Got a strike. And I said, it's not very nice. So, and I know that their medical stuff just changed. So that might, I think you have to be in compliance with the WHO.
Sweet. Welcome.
So I think it's probably best to leave that stuff on Rumble or Locals if it's going to be borderline.
Yeah, lots.
It's just something you got to do, unfortunately. Rob White says, anything on pushing the Biden impeachment forward? Who do we call to put the pressure on? Speaker McCarthy? Actually, I have a link on that, Rob. That's coming up on the show. I had that linked in the show, but let me grab that while we're here. So it's crazy what they do here. Have you noticed the language, how hard the language is changing? Like when Barack Obama was running, remember he was this new inspirational guy. It wasn't that he lacked experience. He was new and inspirational. He was a visionary with new ideas and all this stuff. And he was going to shake up the country and all this stuff. But when Vivek does it, it's this guy is just a self-aggrandizer, right? He's just a charlatan. He's a faker. He's got no experience at all. He is just in it for himself, and he's disingenuous and all this stuff. I'm going, wow, that's pretty crazy. Same thing happening with this. Okay, when Trump is being impeached, what do they call it? They call it, like justice, like it's part of a demand. Americans demand the impeachment. Americans call for the impeachment. Here's what they say McCarthy's doing. McCarthy is starting to plot the Biden impeachment strategy while the GOP skeptics remain. All right, so I was going to read through this on the show and sort of assemble a concept around this, but Rob, that's where we're at. They're plotting, right? Whatever that means. So what I think we're seeing, what I have been seeing out there, I'm going to drop that CNN link if you want to read that one. What I have been seeing is basically division within the GOP. Some people want it done now, guys like Ronnie Jackson from Texas and others. But I think the majority of them are slow rolling this thing. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad strategy, to just slow roll this thing and to let it really materialize like next year. We're still pretty early. The last thing you want is an impeachment. Like an impeachment truthfully, to counter program all of the Trump trials would be perfect, if I can be honest about that, right? Like, let's just think strategically about it. If the Trump trials are going to be happening in March, April, May, maybe you want the impeachment to take place in June, June, July. You start the proceedings June, July, and you try to elevate it at that moment. It's about primacy and recency. So what is at the foremost front of your mind, and what is the most recent? And so if you were to stick, theoretically, Biden impeachment here, maybe that's a better strategy rather than doing it all the way up here. Just in terms of electoral politics. So I think that as long as the investigation is accelerating, as long as they're keeping the pressure on, this may not be a bad place to tuck this, just for pure political strategy, right? Just to drown out the Trump trial stuff. So maybe that's what they're hanging on for. And really, I'm sure they've got their stuff too. Like they've got their October stuff. There's going to be more lawsuits. They're going to try to keep Trump off of the, off the ballots. The list goes on and on. So good question, Rob. Thanks for sending that in, man. And thanks for joining as a member. Very nice to have you. Yeah, just for completeness. Woodchip says, whatever happened with the Trump expungement of his impeachment? I think that was just a discussion, Woodchip. I don't think I ever saw anything. Did we see something filed? We did see something filed. Yeah, we did. I think we saw 2 things filed, and I don't think they've gone anywhere. So they get filed, they get referred over to committee and all of that stuff, but I don't think it's gone anywhere. And I think they were just kind of, token efforts. Hey, Rocky Waters here. Thanks, Rocky. He says, hey, Rob, my last supermarket run confirmed that summer fruit season is officially over. Always a time of reflection and Thanksgiving. Cheers and a Monday morning tip for the summer fruits. Thanks for another great season. See you next year. Thanks, Rocky. What a nice comment. And I was wondering about that. So I just, I've been, I do grocery delivery. All right. I'll just go ahead and tell you that because I hate going to the grocery stores. The downside to that is you can't really pick your fruit. Sometimes you just get the fruit that they bring you. And so, so I kind of noticed, like, sometimes I get the wrong oranges, or I get a bad nectarine, or I get, bad strawberries or whatever. And I got a good batch of oranges yesterday. And I thought, well, why were my previous batches bad? It's summer. Why were my previous oranges so bad? And then this was like a good batch. And I think it's probably just a selection problem, which means I might have to go to the store to get my fruit. All right. I just worked that one out with you guys. Thanks. All right. Yeah, it's tough to pinpoint exact timing, but there comes a time when you have to admit the season is over, man. It's over, man. Just stop living in the past, bro. Talking to myself. Talking to myself, man. Move on. It's the fall. Oh gosh, I know. I know. Tiger Shark says that's why I always offer to go when the wife wants to order. They always bring crap fruit and crap meat. Yeah. 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 You got to go look at the things. You got to look at the things, don't you? I know. I know. Hey, so guys, I wanted to pause and I dropped this address in here. All right, we're praying for Bonnie and Jen. Of course, we know Bonnie, who has been an amazing part of our community here for a long time, has flown out to Las Vegas, Nevada to be to be with her daughter, Jen. And they're currently at the hospital there at Sunrise Hospital. I put the address here in case anybody wanted to send a nice card or send some flowers over. I am, of course, going to be sending something on behalf of our community, so don't feel obligated or anything like that. I'll take care of it. But I did just want to drop it in there in case anybody else wanted to do anything, because I think that sometimes people want to do stuff like that. Of course, many of you know Bonnie, and we love Bonnie, and we're praying for her and her family there. And so I did drop that here in the chat, and we're sending love to you, Bonnie, if you are out there. And shout out to Jen out there. I know you guys are busy right now, but we're thinking of you guys. We're praying for you, sending all of our love your way. And you'll be getting something from us soon from our community as well. So thank you, everybody, for supporting them during this time as well. Lots of love, lots of prayers. All right, Rocky says, if the judge interprets that the 14th Amendment, Section 3 applies to the president, then that must imply that it also applies to all judges. Let me finish. That is, any judge that has given aid and comfort to, say, protesters, okay, I thought that's where we're going, outside SCOTUS homes or sanctuary cities or 2020 riots, or aid and comfort in the form of favorable rulings, dismissals. No, yeah. I don't see any way that any judge could interpret the 14th that way without using the same argument to keep judicial nominees off the ballot of congressional confirmation. Blah. Not sure if making sense. Welcome input, if any. I love it. I love it, Rocky Water. I think it's great. I think it's brilliant, actually. Yeah, I mean, look, you're right about this. Like, if the 14th Amendment and the insurrection clause, if it's self-executing, like Lawrence Tribe and those other goofballs say it is, then anybody who's Secretary of State can keep anybody off the ballot, right? And that might only apply. Oh, so here's what I would say about that. I would say any federal office, and if you were a Secretary of State person, you would say, well, the other portions. The distinction here, Rocky, the only rub I see is like the 14th Amendment and whether that would also apply to state level elections. And I would say that it does, because the 14th Amendment, I would argue, has been incorporated into the states such that section, because we're just making this up now, because that's what they're doing. They're just making it up. No, it's self-executing. It just means without any due process, somebody's just removed from the ballot because somebody decided that. Okay, great. So we can do that too. All right, well, here's what we're saying. 14th Amendment is incorporated to the states, therefore we can apply it, and insurrectionary type of allegations against judges who are sitting at state level benches, and we're just going to keep their names off of the ballots. And many of them, maybe they don't run for election, but they run for like retention, right? You say retain, or retain, keep, retain, and then boom. Yeah. It specifically says any state judicial. Does it say that in the 14th? So there you go. Even better. I love it. I think it's great. And I think that this, I mean, if we break all the rules and the rules just don't matter anymore, everybody can make the arguments they want. The only thing that matters is whether you've got somebody who has the stones to actually do that. So it would have to come from a very red jurisdiction. And, as far as I've seen, all the people on Team Red are like, we're better than them. We're better than them. We never would do something like that. I can't believe they're knifing us in the back. Why do you keep stabbing me? Don't you know? You're not supposed to stab people in the back like that. Well, I would never do anything like that. Can you believe this guy? I'll be dead in 2 minutes, but shocking, weird, it's happening. Gypsy Mew says, did you see this request from Robert Barnes? Do you know any? Need a New Hampshire licensed attorney, needs to be local counsel ASAP. Now that's pretty far away from my jurisdiction, like the literal opposite side, about as far as you can go in this country from where I'm at. But I know Pete. No, I don't. You know who's close by is Hunter Biden's in Delaware. He's a lawyer. Maybe I'm just kidding, Robert Barnes. I wonder what he's doing that for, New Hampshire. So that's a primary state. Very curious. No, I don't know anybody. If I think of anybody, I'll reach out to him. JC says, good morning. Happy Monday, Rob. Happy Monday back to you, Jeremy. Says, I heard that there was a Georgia senator who's questioning Fannie's jurisdiction. Yeah, Senator Colton Moore. What are your thoughts on this? If you already covered it, I apologize. No problem, Jeremy. We did cover it on Friday. I think we played a clip of his and hashed through it. But I think it's an interesting question. Somebody's going to have to raise it. You know, she's already filed it. So I'm sure that she's looked at it, but I have not looked into the specific mechanics of it. I think that what Senator Colton Moore was saying is that what Senator Colton Moore said is that he's, as part of the emergency session, he would look into it. And you know who actually I think did look into it is the good doctor, NY Renal MD. I think was very investigatory on that one. He was looking into that one. So maybe we talked. Yeah, there you are, right? The good doctor's there. And the doctor's opinion, I think, is that she does not have jurisdiction. And that Senator Colton Moore is going to be investigating that during the special session. So I think it's curious. And that was where we did who is actually the biggest Fannie on jurisdiction. It's not a city prosecutor. She's a county prosecutor, but this was a statewide election. So should it go to the state attorney general, who is the state really lawyer? And since a lot of the conduct happened at the Capitol, we also have geographic considerations, right? So geographically, who has physical geographic control of the Capitol? And we have different things like that in Arizona, where different entities have different control over different pockets, and we have like islands of jurisdiction. It's weird. Like one jurisdiction will not have jurisdiction over an island within their geographic area. So there's different, there's a lot of complexities there. I have not looked into it in depth, but it sounds like, yeah, NY has looked into it, and I think that no, you have to raise that as an issue. I mean, somebody's got to raise it. Somebody's got to claim that there's a problem with that.
I thought it was hilarious. I saw that one of the vending machines. It said pizza burger. I was like, oh god, I got to take a picture of that. I've used
and maybe they will. Right now, I think they're at
mail
a couple times, so they'd rather have it go to federal court than be dismissed. So, like for example, think about this, right? Didn't Big Fannie? So think about the Michigan case. Right, that was brought by the state attorney general. That wasn't brought by a county prosecutor. NY says the state AG would be a witness. He declined to appoint a special prosecutor. Raffensperger behavior here by his silence is not good for the system. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's a good issue. I don't know if it's going to amount to anything or not, but we'll see. Right, he says, I wonder if they're trying to get him off the ballot because they're scared if he's on the ballot, he'll win. You'd think that if they genuinely believed he wouldn't win, they'd let him run and let him lose. That gives him greater legitimacy than preventing him from running at all. No, totally. Yes, I completely agree with that. Have a safe flight, 51K. You'd think that if they genuinely landed, we're going up in the skies, my friend. We're going up in the sky. 51K, we're living vicariously through you. Take us away. Woo. I wonder if they're trying to, yes, I think that they don't want to even have the possibility of him winning. They'd rather just remove him from the field. Barack Obama won his Senate seat much the same way, got his other people literally removed from the ballot. Yeah, here's the full video. if you want to see it. I won't play it here, but I'll certainly let you watch it. It's pretty funny. I think there's some, F-bombs and stuff that get dropped in there, but it's pretty funny. They're all just sitting around like they're just shocked that they would be thrown off the road. Jackie says the red and blue lights behind you look pretty sharp, Rob. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Yeah, they're I kind of worked hard on that. I snaked a bunch of little lights back there. Actually, that one looks like it's a little low. I wonder why that is. Yeah. Well, thank you. I worked hard on that one. Pretty proud of that. We have Tweak says, Rocky says it kind of looks like a Biden address. If it was more red, I need more like Gates of Hell red and anger. That'd be better. Tweak says, just to clarify, I think it's great you brought up this story. I just had a vague memory if you covered it. We might have. You might be right, Tweak. No, like you might be right. I'm sure. I imagine I've covered stories twice before. What's been weird about this whole era is it kind of feels like deja vu, and it's hard to tell. It's like, did we talk about that? Oh, it's just another. Oh, no, it's just another one of those things. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And it feels like almost repetitive, but they're actually different, Yeah, Tweak says. Okay, here's an article touching on the subject from an established intelligence expert in Sweden. Check the fourth paragraph, explains why Nixon.
Then you guys are in my
loss. It's really nothing mind-blowing, but it's interesting
yeah,
since
I think it's still 5 slots left in the
other end and ties it back to Trump and
Tennessee football guys. Let me see.
Oh, so did you translate? It was a.
I'm gonna open it up to the public on Wednesday.
Says
we're not full.
Nixon was. Wow, we got CIA stuff. Nixon was convinced it was the CIA that was behind his defeat. How? Against JFK by providing him with suitable leaked intelligence.
And then the CIA killed JFK?
That his intelligence service continued to conspire against him, that it looked down on him, planned to sabotage him, constantly nagging him. Like most presidents and prime ministers, Nixon wanted to hear encouraging intelligence, confirming he was right. But he could never understand the president, the logic of a president who constantly acted like an opponent to the institutions on which his exercise of power was supposed to be based. Wow. Nixon eventually fell from his own grip, did not trust the deep state, allowed his own plumbers to visit the DNC. CIA refused to take responsibility. Gosh. That sounds like a great story. Yeah. Who's really running things? And then Kennedy doesn't play ball, so they just take him out. Sorry, we put you in there. We're going to take you out. Good comment from Tweak. Very pernicious agencies out there. Very pernicious. All right, we had a couple. Wendy's here. Hey, Wendy's here. What's up, Wendy? Says, I just want to say thank you for being such a lovely person. Well, right back at you, Wendy. Thanks for being here and for being so lovely yourself and for dropping that nice comment and joining us. Jackie says, happy Monday, Rob. I joined locals yesterday. Not sure if I'm doing this correctly. Woo! Yeah, you got it, Jackie. Says, I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly, but I just want to tell you your content is always 100% and you're a fabulous host. Thank you, Jackie. Such a nice thing to say. And we're glad you made it. And yeah, this is exactly the spot. You're right in the comment section. Of course, you can always jump in the live chat, which is just one window over. And then this is our morning session. And then we'll do the live show tonight. And after the show's over, it's going to look like we're done here, but we're not. We're just going to turn the window black for a second and we'll come back and we'll have our, we usually hang out for 20, 30 minutes and just kind of debrief the show, kind of hang out like we're doing now after the show's over. So hopefully you can join us for that. And then we do Saturday shows as well. We have a stream on Saturday and it was a lot of fun. Nathan says, have you considered running for office to bring in more subscribers? No, not seriously. So I know it's come up, like we've joked about it. I know we've joked about it here. Like, yeah, I should just run and get 1 million subscribers, right? But perhaps openly do it to promote the show and civil discourse. Yeah, like other people have run. I know Viva ran for some position and other people have run for office. And it does, it does help you create some good content. And I think you can, probably convince a lot of people that you might win or whatever. That's not why I would run. Of course, you'd become a popular protest vote and might even win. Running against folks who are running unopposed might be
Oh
amusing.
yeah, that's exactly what it's for.
If I ran, I would run to win. I would run to crush and win. It wouldn't be to get subscribers. Many ways to do that I think would be less painful to probably get more subscribers. If I ever ran, because I'd want to just crush. That's why. I'd just be furious. It honestly sounds awful, running for office and like having to deal with these people all day. But I would get out there to crush. I would get out there to just conquer, because that's kind of the only volume I know how to play at. Kind of like what I want to do here. I think that this, we're just getting started here, and I've got big visions, big plans for this, because I want to have maximum impact, because I think that that's how we win this country back. I think it's just part, it's one part of a much broader effort. But how do we get maximum impact? We got to have maximum reach, maximum effort. We got to crush, man. We got to conquer peacefully and politically. But you get the point. And so it's like running for office just as like a sideshow. It wouldn't feel authentic to me. It would drive me bananas. But I would want to go. Yeah, it'd be fun. Like I think it actually would be fun to run. I don't know that it'd be fun to govern. Like they just sit around in rooms all day and not get anything done, and just sit there and talk to people and lecture each other. Like that sounds terrible. I think running would be more fun than actually governing, unless you could be, a dictator. Then you could govern and actually get some stuff done. But yeah, you want that power, man. Yeah, you want that raw power, baby. So like it'd be great if you were president and you had both houses and the Supreme Court, okay, and you won with 45 states. You could get a lot of stuff done. But other than that, what are you going to do? Like I got to go sit in a room with who? Elizabeth Warren, and listen to her talk about Bitcoin and how it's bad for the world or something. It's like, what are we doing here? I'd go nuts. I'd go bananas. Or I'd have to go listen to Senator, so-and-so from whatever state talk about global warming. Okay, great. Or the House of Representatives. Sheesh. Well, yeah, you have to run against somebody in the primaries. Yeah. Hey, Sweet Potato says, appreciate your care about your community and sending things for Bonnie. You're a real one, Rob. Well, thank you for that, Sweet Potato. We'll send all that. Please include for our Bonnie. Yes, we'll load it up. We'll send something nice over there from all of us, and we'll make it nice. And so we'll get that going over there today. T. Lewis, you could be standing next to Ted Cruz pitching your podcast as well. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, why would I run for Senate? Why? So I could shill my podcast? I already do that now. I don't need to run for Senate. I already do that today. I already do that every day. Subscribe, like this video. Subscribe, like this video. So running for Senate, it's like an expensive way. Like it's a very expensive podcast ad or something. Probably better ways to do it. Funny. Too funny. Yeah, gosh, can you imagine running for office in these days? John Allen's in the house. Thank you, John. Very nice. Rob, this is for Bonnie. All our blessings and prayers for you and your daughter. May God's grace hold you strong and close in this difficult time. Very generous, John. Thank you. Yeah, we'll send some love over there today. All right, let's do one final refresh, my friends, and then we'll leave it there. It is going to be a busy day. Yeah. JC says, have you considered using a second channel for shorter educational content that will draw viewers seeking knowledge that lasts long term? Live streams tend to have current events that quickly lose viewers. It would be a great place to plug the live streams as well. Yeah, it's a great idea, Jeremy. And I have thought about a second channel. Actually had a second channel for a while, and it's just, I don't think it's the right strategy. I do understand what you're asking about evergreen content, and that I am thinking about, but I don't think it would be on a separate channel. I think that one channel is probably enough. It's hard enough to grow one channel. So what I was thinking about was actually doing, so like I have this idea for readings in the park. Okay, like going to the park and doing readings, and it would almost mirror almost mirror what we do in my men's group, which is where we do like very active reading and questioning the text. And so doing something like that do have longevity. And you may remember I tried to do the Federalist Papers so that they had a little bit more longevity. I wanted to create something that people could come back and watch over and over again for a long period of time. But I didn't have enough time to continue to do that. So right now, if I did that type of content, it would eat into and cannibalize the other content we're creating and the other time we spend. So I don't have enough time essentially to do it, or didn't have enough time. But I'm going to have more time now once I get these systems built out. So, but I think you're right. It's evergreen content, and I think I'm going to want to keep that on the main channel. The advice that I've gotten, just for everybody to kind of hear this, is like when you get over 1 million subs, then it might be a good idea to start a second channel for the extra content. But we still got a ways to go until we get there. So no, Jared, it's great advice and great thought, and I appreciate it. And I am actively thinking about these things, and I love the feedback, man. It's great advice. And you guys see a lot of other stuff out there. Like I get tunnel vision. Like honestly, I actually kind of get out of the practice of watching other content, which I really need to start doing more of, because there's a lot of great ideas out there, a lot of people doing smart stuff, and I can't see it all. So Jeremy, like when you see stuff like this, I love it, man. So thanks and I didn't mean to sound dismissive or uninterested, but it's very, very, very appreciated, because I do miss a lot of stuff out there. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Nathan said, thank you. I'm glad you didn't take it that way. From Nathan says, for the new members who are new to the forum, this seems worth noting, maybe worth mentioning, comments below the video often get answered, whereas live chat is occasionally viewed, but sometimes ignored. Yes, that's good feedback too. Yeah, I try to hit some of these, but I can't see them like I can see this on the left. So if there's stories you'd like comments on, like if you definitely want me to see it, put it in the comments. Great advice. The main locals board is mostly read by users, but not always Rob. That is to say, Rob doesn't read all the main posts or respond to them. Using mentions does help get things noticed. That is true too. Yeah, this is all good advice. I try to capture as much as I can, but I do miss a lot, unfortunately. But that's because we have such an active and vibrant community, which is great, which is what we want, baby. And so thank you for that, Nathan and JC, for the good feedback. Yeah, like normalize wholesome stuff on your second lifestyle channel, like guide other men. Yeah, I kind of like that concept of, political wellness and expanding. So there's still a lot of room left on this current channel. Like we could do a Saturday release, we could do Sunday releases, and not have so much centered around the live stream. In fact, the live stream, to be perfectly honest with you guys, is one of the least viewed components of everything that we do. So like the videos, the pre-released videos by themselves get a lot more views.
I thought there was a email lead
like only 12 to 15%
here, but I'm not seeing
of all the views only come from only the live stream. So it's actually kind of a small
email all the managers at once.
But it does take a lot of time, and then we use those videos to get clipped. But once our systems are a little bit built out, I think that we can also come out with Saturday releases and Sunday releases when we don't have the live stream shows. And I was thinking, sweet potato, that may be where some of that stuff will live. So for example, like we're editing right now the Jeevers interview. The Jeevers interview is going to be coming out, and we'll probably post that on Sunday next weekend. So stuff like that. Yeah, and I want to be able to get it so I can just do interview, boom, interview, edit, publish, interview, edit, boom, boom, and just turn the cycle around, right? So I don't have to think about it, because that's how you really crank. Rob, you got to watch Kingdom Reacts. Trump took it too far. Trump does a rap song he made sounds really good. Okay, I'll take a look at that one. I've heard a couple rap songs of Trump floating around. Yeah, Benny Johnson's got good numbers, man. 1.2 million. Yeah, he's got good numbers. That's where we're going, baby. We're ratcheting it up. Keep this train on the tracks, baby. But all right, my friends, let us leave it there. It's a beautiful Monday, and I hope your week is off to an amazing start. We're going to come back. We've got Meadows debrief. We've got Judge Chutkin trial debrief. I want to go through that hearing. We've got some Joe Biden stuff. In fact, I think I have the lawsuit to try to remove Trump off the ballot, the filing for for declaratory judgment. So we'll get that, and it should be A good show, my friends, but that will be later today. And so it is a beautiful, fresh new week coming to the close of the month. We're going to have a fresh new month soon here, too. So until then, my friends, until we're back here later tonight, I hope you're making it a beautiful day, and I will see you back here soon. Have a safe flight, 51K. See you guys soon. Bye-bye, buddy.
This guy has a strong enough accent. He probably hasn't been here long.
All of them.
Oh, come on now. This is mostly peaceful. Look, stand on the side of the road with your signs. Okay, that's fine. This is pointless. Yeah. I totally understand chaining yourself to a tree if they're going to a level of forest, but this is pointless. Fair. Yeah, I agree. You're civil disobediencing against the people not in power.
Of course it does, man. But who's patrol off duty? Not just here. Is there a higher patrol? What's going on? Hey.
Yes, we'll get it.
What I don't get is why can't the RVs just drive around them?
Guys, you're attacked. We are attacked.
Get out the way so causing traffic and traffic jam and people can get hurt like this. You want to cause that? Get out the way.
Climate change. Look at what's happening in Maui. Look at what's happening right now.
Oh, did she just say Maui was because of climate change? I don't think I could literally like I talk and interact with a lot, especially online, a lot of stupid people. But if somebody said to me with a straight face that Maui happened because of climate change, I think I'm just done talking to that person forever. Oh my God, didn't you know that Maui burned from climate change and definitely not because there was a tribal land dispute and a bunch of rich fucks wanted the land from people too poor to buy it back after they burned it down? Whoops! Oops, I didn't say that. Hypothetically. Jack Decker, I've never met an environmentalist who actually cares about the environment. They're all control freaks and totalitarians. That's why they're all communists. Well said. Yeah, it was definitely climate change and not all those people that were having land disputes trying to buy the land from and then raise the price of it so that the poor people that live there that have been there since the beginning couldn't afford to buy it back from. It's definitely not people like Oprah Winfrey who own fucking 500 miles of property on a tiny island whose houses were all completely untouched. I mean, every major celebrity on that island, their land was completely untouched. Now, I'm not saying anything. I don't know anything, but all I know is that literally every celebrity that lives there, their house was fine. Now, of course, I don't know. I wasn't there. If you look at quite frankly, Occam's razor here, it's obvious. It's usually, obviously the most common answer is likely the answer or whatever. I mean, it was very dry. The land was made of, very flammable material by and large. I mean, there are, other scenarios.
Climate change has been a thing
exist
throughout the
that people are talking
history
about
of this
or whatever,
planet.
but It's
The question
hilarious
is,
to me.
is it
Concrete and stone is
man-affected
fire-proof
climate
work for
change?
centuries.
There's man-affected
Yeah.
pollution,
Yeah.
but there's no man-affected climate change. There is none.
Preventing water to put out the fire, that was a thing.
Human
That was a
affected
thing.
climate change.
Letting tourists leave, but not
Residents.
not locals, that was a thing. And oh, by the way, wasn't the sheriff there the same sheriff that was a sheriff of Las Vegas during the Las Vegas
Mhm.
shooting?
Exactly the same person.
I heard that. I don't know if that's actually true. I heard that. I only heard that. So now we're going to be doing the 14th Amendment thing. I only heard that. I don't know. A new legal battle against Trump takes shape. Efforts to disqualify Trump from state ballots are now starting to materialize. Former President Donald Trump's legal battles are piling up in Washington, Georgia, New York, and the list goes on. But even if all those cases work out in his favor, advocates say a new legal challenge could still sideline him. Separate from the criminal cases over the past few weeks, a growing body of conservative scholars have raised a constitutional argument that Trump's efforts to overturn the result of the 2020 election, which we don't really know what that even means, make him ineligible to hold federal office ever again, which is what this has all been about. The disqualification argument boils down to Section 3 of the United States Constitution's 14th Amendment, which say that a public official is not eligible to assume public office if they engage in insurrection or rebellion against the United States or had given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof, unless they are granted amnesty by 2/3 vote of Congress. Now, Trump could get amnesty. I don't know if he would get 2/3 vote, though. And you have to actually prove that he
I agree.
incited
It
it,
is
which
a
they
slow
can't
wobble,
do.
but that's why this plan that's been iced over.
The advocacy groups have long argued that Trump's behavior after the 2020 election fits those criteria. The argument gained new life earlier this month when two members of the Conservative Federalist Society endorsed it in pages of the Pennsylvania Law Review.
Thing is, animals survive.
If the public record is accurate, the case is not even close. He is no longer eligible to the office of presidency, the article reads. Since then, two more legal scholars, retired conservative federal judge and Harvard law
greenhouse
professor,
gases are not bad.
made the same
They're
case
great
in an
for
article published to The Atlantic.
vegetation. They're great for food growth. That's what they eat, CO2.
I mean, they're trying literally anything and everything they can to try and disqualify him because he'll win in a landslide. I've been told by people that, like, oh, you're living in a bubble, man. Most Americans think he's a criminal, never vote for him. And I'm like, who says that? I don't run into anybody who says that. At least anybody who would have voted for him anyway. No official should shrink from these duties. It would be wrong, indeed, arguably itself a breach of one's constitutional oath to office to abandon one's responsibilities of faithful interpretation, application, and enforcement of Section 3, Vote and Paulson rights. Plans materialized at state level. On Tuesday, Bryant Corky Messner, a lawyer who lives in New Hampshire, became the first person to announce concrete plans to do just that. Messner was endorsed by Donald Trump when he ran for New Hampshire's U.S. Senate seat in 2020. Now he says that as a veteran and graduate of West Point, his civic duty compels him to try and keep Trump off the ballot. I really don't view myself as turning on Trump. You don't? I guess TDS is a mental illness, and knowing you have it is probably difficult. Like most people don't know they have it. I love this country. I serve this country. I've taken oath to this country. My sons are serving right now, and I believe someone's got to step up and defend the Constitution. I don't believe that Trump incited an insurrection. I believe that Donald Trump told people to go home. I believe that these lunatics are dummies.
Yep.
That these people are delusional.
No, I don't even think it's what's
And
going to
I'm
be the
genuinely
demise of this
starting to
planet.
worry
or
what the
at least
next. If they remove Trump,
humans on this planet will be an asteroid. Or
I don't.
or a comet strike.
I'm genuinely
the
concerned
dinosaurs.
about the reaction to that.
There may be some survivors, though. We may be able to huddle underground for 10, 15 years, but
And I'm also concerned that there are no
Yeah.
other Republican candidates.
I think that'll be the end. Or we'll do it
It's like,
ourselves with a nuclear
Remember
winter.
that bit that Chappelle had where he's like, if I run for president, I'm going to have a Mexican vice president so that if they try to assassinate me, I'll say, well, you don't want to assassinate me. Like, he'll just open up the borders or something like that. And like, there's no other, like, the Republicans don't have another candidate anything like Trump. Vivek Ramaswamy tries to be like Trump, but he's not Trump. He's just not.
A lot more articulate than Trump.
Messner first announced his plans on a local radio show. He says he's still doing the initial legal due diligence on the topic and finding a lawyer to bring the case. He plans to finance the legal challenge himself and through his own personal network. So he hasn't done anything and he doesn't know anything. New Hampshire Secretary of State office confirmed to ABC News that Messner met with Secretary of State David Scanlon Friday to discuss Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Secretary Scanlon will be conferring with New Hampshire Attorney General and other legal counsel on the issue. By the way, the Republicans deserve this. When a third of them are uniparty hacks, and another third of them turned on Trump or were never Trumpers the second he got into office, this is what they get. I mean, the Republicans may never win power ever again because of Trump, because they turned against him, because he revealed the uniparty to a lot more people. Stick says they know the charges won't stick. This is to impede Trump's campaign efforts and to scare people into not voting for him. Yeah, I think that that's true. I also think that you know, we saw them set the trial date. The trial date is to start the day before. Is it the day before Super Tuesday? I'm sure that date was just picked out of a hat, right? TDS works both directions. Yeah, there definitely are people on the right who have TDS in the other way, that think he never has ever done anything wrong, and that he's, you know, I'm not going to go down the list. There's been plenty of people that, you know, there have been plenty of things and plenty of times I've spoken about, you know, Trump letting us down. Can you explain about all this stuff coming out on Vivek? Is it real or mudslinging? You'd have to be more specific. You know, there's some weird stuff going on with some pumping up stock stuff that allegedly, you know, FDA stuff that never came to market. I just assume anybody who amasses $500 million has probably done some scummy business stuff. I think that's pretty safe. Like if you run a business and you amass $500 million, you've probably done some scummy stuff. it'd be interesting to see, now they set the trial date day before Super Tuesday. It's definitely not political though, guys. These people just want to uphold the Constitution. That's why they picked the trial date of the day before Super Tuesday. Hey guys, I know you're not listening about one new variant about COVID, and you're not scared about 2 new variants of COVID. But how about 3 new variants of COVID? Will you finally put the face diaper back on? Will you finally put the mask back on? The media wants to know. Will you put the
I'll be
mask
right back. I
back
gotta
on?
pee.
This mask looks like a coffee filter. Let's look at some of the replies. Luke Rudkowski coming in with the nope. Hodge Twins with the we aren't falling for this BS again. Return to the mask mandates. The variants are called government overreach, tyranny, and unconstitutional. Election Eurocron. I've started wearing mine again. I've had COVID. Not again. Thanks. Well, your mask didn't protect you. Have you been boosted 35 times? Mike Lindell is rich and he isn't a scumbag. I mean, he was a drug addict, and I'm sure he did things when he was a drug addict that is not above board. But I'd like to talk to Mike Lindell one day. He's pretty out there, but he's pretty charismatic too. Did you know that Fox News show how each Trump indictment aligns a day after Hunter Biden trial news? Oh, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. Hey, when you're sick, stay home. Yeah. I'm wearing this mask to keep this virus out of my body. I'm building this fence to keep mosquitoes out of my yard. Most people are laughing at you. That's a reality. Shove off. I mean, more than 1.5 billion face masks will pollute oceans this year. Oh, okay. Well, cool. 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 Very cool. I don't know. I think when someone has I mean, how many times are people gonna how many people are gonna do it this time?
I had to pee bad.
7? Only the people that are excited to get they're like
Next booster.
what's the word for it? Like control me harder, daddy people who are probably still wearing masks
Masochistic.
now. They're probably the
Others.
ones that will wear masks again. I mean, have you ever looked at the actual numbers around people who are on their 4th or 5th booster?
Cucks.
It's almost non-existent. The number of people, the percentage of people that have gone out and got their 4th and 5th booster is tiny. That's a heck of a lot of people that ran in and got those first 2 and never got any more. It's curious to me. That's all, Things get curiouser and curiouser as time goes on.
His grammar is also up.
Mr. Beast rebuilt an orphanage, apparently.
6 months ago, this orphanage in South Africa looked like this.
Ooh, South Africa.
And despite having saved more than 5,000 children's lives over time, it was about to get shut down. When hearing about this, we made it our mission to ensure this doesn't happen by rebuilding 12 new homes with an ongoing supply of fresh food, as well as a brand new playground. This is Mama Rosie, who started the Bapuma.
Now, let's find a way to make this bad.
Left will.
Let's find a way to make this bad. Well,
Go heat up my burrito.
charities
I'll be
have
right
now
back.
come out and said that Mr. Beast is a white savior and that he should not have rebuilt this orphanage because other orphanages had bad behavior go on in them. The TLDR of this, right? It has sparked accusations from charity Hope and Homes for Children that the stunt was simply a ploy for more views. The movement to end orphanages worldwide and find families for children instead is backed by the UN, EU, Commonwealth, and South African government. Essentially, what they're saying is, we should spend our time finding homes for these people instead of having orphanages. Cool. Neat. Okay. Awesome. I agree. What are we going to do in the meantime? They then go on to claim the charity stressed there was no suggestion, or she added, is it classic case of white saviorism? Arguably, yes. So essentially, she just calls him. But one thing is for sure, Mr. Beast is denying the so-called orphans from this town their right to grow up in a family. So because he fixed their orphanage, he is denying them the ability to be adopted. That doesn't really track. The charity stressed that there was no suggestion of wrongdoing at this particular orphanage, but pointed to evidence that shows 80% of the 5.4 million children confined in orphanages today aren't actually orphans, but have family who could care for them. So again, Mr. Beast bad because he rebuilt an orphanage. Mr. Beast bad because these kids that were abandoned by their parents were bad. I don't even understand. So what they're claiming is that
I don't even try to
80%
understand
of kids
anymore.
in orphanages are dropped off there by parents who just don't want the kid. Dump it off.
Okay. That sounds like an orphanage.
But somehow they think that those 80% of kids, 80% of whatever, 5,000 or whatever the number is, 5.4 million, sorry. They're claiming that the 3.5 million kids that are dropped off at the orphanage by parents who don't love them or want to get rid of them or whatever, suddenly their parents would just love them and not put them in the river or not put them in a dumpster. That if there just wasn't an orphanage, these parents would love their kids. Literally what? Now, I'm not going to pretend that orphanages are great, that there's amazing things that go on in them, but this particular orphanage has never been accused of anything like that. Maybe that factored into Mr. Beast's decision? It's just so weird. Like, oh my God, he's helping black people. It's bad because he got views for it. They also go on to bring up the fact where he paid for surgeries for people to see again because they had extreme cases of cataracts as being a bad thing. My guess is if you go and ask any one of these people that he paid for their surgeries to fix their eyes, if you go ask any one of them if they care that Mr. Beast made a little bit of money on the video, do you think that they would care? Pretty sure that anybody who's helped by Mr. Beast probably doesn't care that he dared to make a little bit of money. The left is so dumb. New Bud Light commercial, everybody. Let's check it out. Well, let's refresh it here. Let's see how the comments are doing. These are, by the way, Bud Light has put out the press that these are real football fans. Not like all you fake football fans. Not like you fake football fans that boycotted Bud Light. You're mean. Icky pooey. Bad people. You're not real fans of football unless you drink Bud Light.
Yo, Paulie, you want some coffee?
It's really shaping up that type of feed.
The defense?
I'm not saying that female football fans don't exist, because they do,
My wife's
but they are extraordinarily rare. I do like how they take these people and they're like,
She won't join the league.
oh yeah, just as many chicks as men like football.
She's too busy.
And they're totally dialed into all the statistics. And again, I'm not saying that women don't like football.
My elbow.
You gotta hurry up. You know how I get
Oh yeah, you got to drink that Bud Light.
Oh my god.
Let's take a look at
What's going on with this?
the comments. Oh, hold on a sec. Hello. Oh, hey. Oh, they're outside. Yeah, okay.
You get swatted again?
The panel. Okay, just go around the other side. Well, actually, I'll have them come in for a minute so you can cut through. All right, I'll text you when it's clear. All right, bye. A delivery guy is afraid of my dogs. Good.
Oh, that reminds me. Yes.
Piss spattered chicken. Yeah. No, just a delivery guy.
Coffee delivery.
I mean, you got to be only real NFL fans. You have to be absolutely. Next time there's a call, speakerphone. I could. I mean, no, because who knows what somebody's gonna say. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, Huck did a good job. Huck did a good job. He's supposed to strike fear in people. What'd you guys do this weekend, by the way? What ballots were Trump taken off of? Nothing yet. They're trying to do it. They're trying to remove him. By the way, shout out to everyone tuned in today. Nice crowd for a Monday. About 2,300 before 1 o'clock. Usually we see a big spike after 1.
Extra
So
small.
thanks for being here. If you haven't yet, please do leave a like on the video. You'll see that little like button there. If you haven't yet followed, this green follow button will be here. Make sure you follow. We're at 151,000 followers, which is awesome. And if you want to support the channel, you can also click the join button right here, and you can get access to members only videos. It's $5 a month. You don't have to, but it does go a long way, and it's greatly appreciated. Moving out of your house, I was evicted due to landlord not wanting to fix the roof that collapsed. Oh, nice. I come in after Timmy's 1 p.m. video. Yeah. Got daughter and granddaughter. Nice. All you did was laundry. That's hella laundry. Stream within a stream. Yeah. Where are they trying to room? I just covered it. Was it New Hampshire or something like that? Can you support my channel with Bud Light coupons? No, I don't think so. I'm watching Affairs with Friends. Yeah, that was a good show or a good movie. Minnesota State Fair. Nice. Yeah, Nextel walkie-talkies was like walking around with a loaded gun. I'd be eating with my parents, my friends with y'all. Hey, dick face. Yeah, I remember that. I actually liked that. The chirp, burp, burp. But it was also inconvenient. A Tamaya Bruiser clone. Nice. There's some interesting stuff here. I covered this too. Netflix and Amazon Prime have both refused to carry Sound of Freedom, which I think is curious. I think that's pretty curious. Don't you? I think it's very curious. You know, I think, and I do want to point out that Rumble has offered to host the video. Netflix has offered to host. I'm sorry, Rumble has. And I think that that's good, but I do think that it needs to be on Amazon or Netflix so that normies can watch it. Now, it'll be good advertisement for Rumble, so obviously I'm like biased about that. Yeah, they're cool with like 12-year-old girls twerking, you know. They're cool with that. But they have a problem with movies about protecting kids from child sex trafficking. Any insight from the debates? Not really. I did notice, does Rumble have pay-per-view? I think they said they do. Because he said here, Rumble will probably is probably ready to host it on a PPV pay-per-view basis if the producers wish. If we do, let's break box office records. You know, I think that I think it'll be good if it's on Rumble. It's better than nowhere. And I think it will introduce some percentage of normies who want to see the movie. If people are like, oh, it's out, let's stream it. And then they'll be like, oh, where can I stream it? And it's on Rumble. I think that that'll be good for Rumble. But I do think that, they should have it still. You know, Amazon should put it on there, obviously. This will, of course, backfire if it gets picked up by Conservative Inc., you know, because this movie was carried by Conservative Inc. So if those, you know, people are, if they pick up the story, then it's over. Here we go. This from the weekend.
We are so excited to.
No. Oh. It won't let me play it. Well, Dylan Mulvaney hosted a weirdo award show.
Excited to be here tonight to present the Streamy for Comedy.
Everyone knows the most important rule when it comes to comedy is
never look at the comments.
Oh, it's so funny.
Okay, maybe it's timing.
Yeah, timing seems important.
Oh, it's
Here
so
is Jesus
funny.
Nalgas with the nominees.
Okay, listen up, everybody. 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me. I am Jesús Nalgas.
It's so funny. And Dylan, he made sure to call out the extreme
Awards.
transphobia.
I didn't get nominated.
You know what I
Tito.
think? I think that people don't like. There are people who don't like trans people. Okay, that's true. But I'd be willing to bet you that most people don't even view Dylan as trans. Most people view Dylan as somebody who is grifting. You know, like that's the truth of it. That's the ultimate truth, is that they don't think he's trans. I don't think he's trans. I think he's grifting. At best, he's a cross-dresser. Yeah. Like he's not, I don't know if he is or isn't taking hormones. I think I've read articles somewhere that he has or that he does. He's not dating men. You know, he's not blowing dudes. He's not dating women. He just goes home and gets off to all the money that he's making. It's not even autogynephilia, I think. I think he's like just legitimate a cross-dresser. Until he chops it off, I'm not calling him trans anything, because really the biggest barrier to chopping it off in many cases is money. And he has plenty of that. And once that's done, once the money slows down, there'll be another one, even more flamboyant, even more wild. I mean, he's making a ton of money pretending to be trans. I don't think that he suffers transphobia. I think that he suffers from people calling him out. Guess what? Remember this person? Remember the gigantic Z
did he claim that he knew?
Individual? Remember this individual who is definitely not sexually aroused by wearing Z cup prosthetic breasts in front of children.
To fuck with them.
Definitely not aroused by that. Double Zeppelin. Oh, you got me, John. Well, he was fired.
Yeah, because they found out that he was doing it.
Knew that
as a lark.
Perhaps the ultimate troll. A lot of people said
Those aren't.
He was gaming the system.
Yeah.
But he's back now. And what's even more hilarious about him being back is that the amount of rules that the kids have to follow now because of it. I mean, come on. People also don't remember that he got caught out in public not wearing them, even though he had claimed that they were 100% real. He claimed that those things were real.
Okay.
even though we know that they weren't. He claimed that they were. And
Holy nipples.
there's a thing like those nips go hard. So some people think he's an absolute mad lad.
Yeah.
That he, there were some 4chan posts about, people knew the guy and that he was making a point or something like that. Well, listen to this. They were sending a letter now to everybody at the school. Should the school be subject to any disruptions or protests, we are committed to communicating with you as openly and frequently as possible to ensure student safety and to share any operational plans, the memo stated. Understanding the controversial storm that may follow the hiring, Fisher wrote that new safety measures will be implemented to protect students and faculty as Lemieux joins their ranks. Now, again, I think he's probably just trying to get fired, I don't really, I don't believe that this individual is trans either, given the fact that he has outright said that he grew those breasts on his own. That he grew them himself, his home blend. Those were his own brew, according to him. Now, safety precautions for everybody at the school now because of this guy. Okay, every single person at the school because of this guy now has to have students enter and exit the building using assigned doors at entry and dismissal, and locking all exterior doors during school hours, and only allowed to use the front main doors during school hours. They also have to use all students and visitors will be required to use an intercom system to enter and exit the building, with parents being asked to email or call before coming to the school if they wish to visit or speak to an employee.
Sounds like they're scared of parents being
Hold
pissed.
on. All right, thank you kindly. All right. Nope, all good. All right, thank you. All right, bye. Nothing to, every student in this building has to have their life. They have to live under, like, essentially a lockdown because of this. Everybody surrounded around this individual has to live their life in lockdown. Isn't that crazy?
He types fast.
This is nuts. I mean, I just think that, like, why aren't you, like, does the whole world have to, if the guy's just trolling, cool and everything, but everybody in the world has to,
I'm sure
indulge this
actually in
person's
Philly would be a whole lot
delusions now.
better, but
Every person in the world has to
not enough cheese.
What is it, like, be an ally for this?
To me, when you eat one of those,
thousands of people have to have
cheese
their
should almost
life
be coming out of your mouth whenever you
inconvenienced
take a bite.
so that this dude, who clearly gets off on this, won't be.
Oh yeah,
That's what it looks like to me.
I'll say it again. If my kids were school age, they would not be going to public school.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Intercoms are school safety. They should have had those. Yeah, I mean, they should have had those. They should have done all this stuff in general. But the only reason they're doing it is because of him, which is hilarious and sad. It's very, very weird to me that like this is just normal and everyone's just saying, okay, cool. Let's let's everybody has to be inconvenienced so that one person doesn't feel that way. It's absolutely wild to me. I just don't believe that this guy isn't like
getting caught up on
pushing some
Monday
sort
morning
of fetish either.
I was hoping they.
He either gets off on this or is a troll. That's fine. Both are fine.
Guess I won't know that unless I actually open up.
Look at this is there he is. He said his breasts were real.
Why are you dressing inappropriately in front of children?
Can you believe it, folks? Like a cornered rat. He ran for the hills. He didn't even have the guts to come back to his car. He's abandoned it here. He called an Uber and he's skedaddled, well, who knows where. I wanted to get to the bottom of those boobs, if they were real or fake. We have the answer now, don't we, folks? They are fake. They're as fake.
I mean, everyone knew they were fake, but he did present that. He did say that they were real, that he had some gigantism disease or something like that. He did say that. He's the one that said that, you know? The whole situation is just wild to me and unhinged. Like, I don't understand. How about meeting this elementary school teacher? It says,
don't give me copyrighted.
POV, teachers in your state are dropping like flies, but you're still just not quite finished pushing your woke agenda at the public school. I don't really understand why people think that this is a good idea to put this stuff out on the internet all the time. It's really weird to me. Like, genuinely very weird. I feel like maybe just let it. You want to put the stuff out on the internet, then I'm going to call you a groomer. I think that's a fair trade. I just think that's a fair trade to make. You know, like if you want to get clout from all of this, then I'm just going to say you're a groomer.
We didn't have work on Friday.
Right.
I still came in.
Okay.
I didn't know. So, like, can you take my new number?
He's going to get paid, though. Maybe.
No. We didn't have work.
I'm
Like,
assuming they would have told you.
I don't care for Rebel News at all. My experience is they're pretty scummy, and I've heard a lot of negative things about Ezra.
They're your supervisors. They do your
some really
scheduling and
smart
stuff
kids.
like that. So, I mean, they're the ones that should have told you that.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I didn't even know. I don't
Four
come in
Kentucky
on Fridays.
teens
I'm at one of our other
TikTok
offices.
challenge
on
that involves
Fridays, so
telling teachers that they have a
was-
bomb
this week
or
I
a
made
gun in
because
their
I got
backpack.
classes the next 2 days, but
I mean,
but no,
China's
but yeah,
laughing
just
at us
stand
now
up.
at this.
No.
at this stage,
I
would
understand
argue-
that you came in and you're like, fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely understand.
Like,
But yeah,
I don't really
just ask
know
them, just say, hey,
another
I'm not
way
gonna be
to-
working on Fridays. Just let me know ahead of
I
time,
mean,
so I don't have to get up in the
what
morning.
does that even mean?
It was a free thing.
No, I didn't even know.
these
I know the
people are
power
all
went out
mental.
because I get an alert when our internet shuts off here.
They're like,
know the power was
hey,
out on
here's a
Friday for a
cool,
while. What do you
great
get?
idea.
Do you guys have storms up here or something? Oh yeah, was it bad?
Let's go tell my
Yeah,
teacher
for sure, man.
that I have
But
a
if it's something that
bomb
I
in
know
my
about
backpack.
already, but you said you have a new number though. Let's
Yeah.
make sure I have that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I'll
that's
definitely want to have to.
cool.
If I do have to reach.
It will get me likes and retweets. I don't really know.
Okay, I understand.
No, yeah. I mean, like I said,
I'm
didn't
not
even
exactly
know.
sure what they thought. Watch for fall. It says, let's get a friendly match between Salty and Luke Rodkowski. They can be first before Mr. Beast and Musk fights. They're probably around the same size. Luke's pretty fit, though. I mean, Salty looks pretty fit too. I think that, you know, interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, he was reading off his phone number, so.
I think it's this whole article is pretty funny.
Salty was pretty good last night.
They're really
He was
mad
going on one.
that I don't have permission. This news site, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle embarrasses Jeremy of the Quartering. Like, who is this guy? And, you know, by the way, Cosmic Book News is a left wing, or not a left wing thing, but just a rumor website. I don't know if they're politically, you know, they have any political actual like ideologies. But the link to him also, the guy that wrote this, is dead. So the link doesn't even go anywhere. I wonder who this individual is. Matt McGlowan. This guy, probably not a real person. Let's see. No. Oh, he's the actual guy over there. He's the guy that runs it. His pinned combat. Oh, look at, he's actually having QDS. I didn't even. Oh, look, he's having QDS. He pinned a comment from a month ago. And if the corner is calling me a gossip rag, the guy made a name for himself ripping off my articles. I don't think I've covered Cosmic Book News in a very long time. Oh, look, he's having a little melty. Oh.
QDS is quartering derangement syndrome.
He's just having a little melty.
Anna has that from time to time. She hates this guy.
He
I
only
had
had
that happen
7
as well.
likes on this tweet. I don't know why he's worried about me. Aw, I do feel honored. That's cute. I think that it's pretty funny to me. What it really is a lot of these weirdo bloggers, you know, the blog economy is gone. Like there's no
Right.
There's
Pretty
no economy for that anymore, and none of these people saw that coming, so they get really mad because this website makes $0 for him.
Yeah.
And he's really hurt that I call him a gossip rag, but he is a gossip rag. I mean, everything they post is a completely unfound rumor. I should send him some coffee. Yeah. Hey, good afternoon from Anton's in Roanoke, Texas. Hope everyone's having a good start to this week. Free shipping for your biltong using code THEQ, one word, on AntonUSA.com and landofbiltong.com. Shout out. He's very angry. He's so mad. I didn't even know that person existed. Good for him. I hope they start making videos, and I hope that they start making some money. Oh, there he is, King. I was gonna read it out for free because you always are very generous. So I was gonna read that out for free. By the way, if you're check out Anton USA and King of Biltong. By the way, if you haven't yet, if this little follow button here is green, you haven't yet followed me, make sure you leave a follow and you leave a like. We're at 482. We got to get to at least 1,000 with 2,500 people.
482. I thought it was more than that.
Has anyone had biltong? Is it good? The clickbait on this page is first look at woke female POC Robin Hood.
478
takes on a rich. He's like he's trying to like what? Good for him. Bad delay between vid and chat. I don't know. Somebody mentioned that earlier. Somebody mentioned that earlier, but I don't know. So is Oliver Anthony's 15 minutes of fame up? The right tried to claim him. The left tried to claim him. He's trying to say I don't have any interest in either side.
Yeah, it's the elite.
Then both sides spurg out because he won't side with them. Nudity and ads for regular news is not cool. There's nudity? No, there's not. She's covered up. She's not nude. Oh, is it because you see the chat on my end? Yeah, there is a little bit of a delay in the chat. It's like 30 seconds or something like that. Yeah, I don't know why they thought I mean, I get why he was like mad, like, you know, hey, I'm not really interested in taking part in this stuff. I 100% get that. 100% get it. And so they basically force him to come out and say, oh, I don't like Joe Biden. They force him to come out and say, I don't like Trump. They keep forcing him and forcing him and forcing him to, you know, make
It makes me like him
all
more.
these statements, so to speak. But I don't really think he gives a crap about politicians in general, you know?
The one in Pittsburgh? Well, they've been busy today. My fucking.
I don't really.
I had to
you
turn the
know, he's just trying
notifications
to
off
write
on the
music.
cameras.
Everyone's trying
So
to.
many
Hey,
people
I
have
was
been
at the
walking in and out of
RNC.
there.
They were playing it incessantly. Every single booth at the RNC was playing this song. And they're like, yeah, it's definitely not about us. It's 100% not about us being in the swamp. But it was. By the way, all my K-Cups are back in stock over at Coffee Brand Coffee. If you get a chance, go check out the reviews at least today. Open a new tab. Go to coffeebrandcoffee.com. Give us a chance to earn your business. If you don't like your product that you get, I will refund it 100% of your money. We've got our medium K-Cups back in stock. We've also got blueberry cobbler K-Cups. Promo code The Quartering will save. I also have roasted fresh on demand. Probably about 15 or so different flavors of coffee, all in whole bean and ground, as well as our signature non-flavored coffees.
Minus.
If you like coffee or cold brews, if you like cold brew, we've got that for a few more weeks.
I had his turned way up though.
Look at all the flavors we got. We've got merch if you don't like coffee, so give us a try.
I think he's finishing this up anyway.
You should tell Rumble Rick I'll fight him in a cage match for his job.
Let's see which mic I'm using anyway. Settings. Audio. The one I usually use.
What?
It's supposed to automatically adjust it, but
dude, community notes is like out of control. Every single tweet that gets more than 1,000. Did they really need to correct this? It's out of control. So my tweet says, climate activists blocking the road to Burning Man get run over by Nevada Rangers. This is how you deal with these losers. Well, they did get run over. Do they honestly think that anyone read this and thought that they murdered people? Oh, wait, now it's not here? It was here before. I just saw it. There it is. And it disappears. That's weird. So people actually thought that they were murdered. Community notes is stupid now. It's like it's needlessly applied. And all it takes is about 5 or 10 people that hate you. Like, by the way, once that gets, community noted, the interaction just falls away too, No activists were run over. Well, I didn't say activists were. I mean, is that really do we really need a community note on that? People thought they were murdered. By the way, the video is right there for people to watch. That's so dumb. That's dumb. Big dumb. So today I have some appointments, by the way. I have to go help with my dad's car. I have to go get it, whatchamacallit, I have to run to go take it to get emissions done. So I will be here a little bit longer tomorrow. And if you enjoyed the stream today, please do leave a like on it, and please do check out. Make sure you follow so you get notified. I'll be back here again at noon tomorrow. I just have to dip a little bit early today because I've got to get my dad's truck to emissions and go help my mom out with a few things. So I've got 7 videos scheduled, standalone videos here on Rumble, starting at 2 o'clock. So I've got tons of videos for you. That Rumple says, Jeremy, I'm active in Cosmic Wonder Discord, but didn't know you two were at odds. What's you mad about? I'm not at odds. I never even heard of the guy. So I wish him all the best.
I just rated that community note piss poor. I'm shaming you. How do corporations only exist in statism? That's so every company should be a sole proprietorship. Business license. It can be a corporation without being a state recognized corporation. Or state approved. Don't you know? All right. Let's look at some things here. Wait, I'm gonna open my email, make sure I haven't missed anything yet. Make sure I have. Oh, Rennie Dowd sent me a telegram. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Me if I just walk around this house. Well, that's what my computer EMS, my actually IT consulting business is an LLC, but it's a sole proprietorship. I don't have it registered as an LLC. That's why I work hourly instead of 1099. I do projects 1099 though. Shit looks hilarious.
Is that song really playing?
We have music.
That song's killing me. Please turn it on. What do you mean you can't? Dr. Timbers put you up to this? Is it speaker here? Sorry. Is that song really playing?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, obviously every ounce of taxes that I pay is under duress. Oh shit, Josh called me. Damn. Deal with this. What's up here? My phone did not ring when he called me. That's weird. That's weird. Of course, he didn't answer since I didn't answer. What does that mean? Freeman. No Freeman videos. Here, let me put this on for a minute. I gotta deal with some shit here. Trucking with Callahan. Back on the road. Be right back. Brown and white. It's brown. It's brown to me.
Gotta try and figure out this windshield repair kit when I get stopped. See if we can get this chip fixed.
Horrible lighting. Well, yeah, there's no lighting. It's pretty dark in here. Better? Not like it's my office, or I mean my home office. This is a rented basement.
Make me some smash burgers tonight.
Smash burger does sound good.
What up, you the garlic?
Any of flowers?
What up, unicorn wiener? I mean, renew. I never see that the same. It's all good. No worries. Right? Oh, I lost a subscriber since yesterday. Damn it.
What did you do?
Damn, some big ass bugs sounding like fucking rocks hitting my shit. Off of one, welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, it's going okay. I'm alive. The sun is out. What's left for you, unicorn? Cloudy up your way. Nothing wrong with a little rain. The end of my drive last night, I ran into some pretty nasty weather, but
Did you guys show up all week last week?
not these motherfuckers look like miniature fucking pterodactyls. Been that dry, huh? Oh, then yeah, y'all definitely need some rain. Right on, Patrick. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what they do when they can't take our guns the right way, so they gotta fucking create this bullshit narrative. Well, I mean, there's no right way to take our guns, but you know what I mean. Well, that's good to know, Patrick. That's good to know.
Hello? Hey. It's weird. It rang as you were saying hello on my end. Dante, did he work at all last week? Oh, okay. I was just worried. I was like, because you asked me that question, and he actually did send me a message. No, he said he was home, but he wasn't feeling well. I didn't say he was home. He just said he said he promises to be here tomorrow. All right, and then I was like, wait, he's not even on the boom sheet. That's unusual for him to actually miss time unless it's scheduled. All right, well, yeah.
Well, you know they're going to claim us some right-wing extremists, no matter what.
Let's make sure we get all these people on our list. Maybe.
It doesn't matter what color they are. Look what they're claiming about the leader of the Proud Boys, calling him white supremacist, and he's a fucking Latino.
Half black Latino.
Oh, a half black Latino? I mean, even better. Yeah, he's definitely a white supremacist, being half black, half Latino. Yeah, makes sense, man.
Impact Employment Rooms. How can I help you? Okay. In the Monroe area?
Just be too
Okay.
damn bad.
Right now we're hiring
Tell
mainly
the
for
fucking
Vectrum
truth
Foods
about
here in
shit.
Monroe.
But we know that'll never happen.
Interested in? Yes. Okay. Wrapping up payroll today, and then I'm in classes
Why
for
their
on
numbers are
Tuesday
plummeting.
and Wednesday, but I schedule you for Thursday. Come in and we can do like a quick interview / orientation. Would 1 p.m. be good? Well, I have classes on Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, I won't be in the office. I'm probably going to be coming in Friday if you want to schedule for Friday then. That's getting kind of late for Friday. You can't make it at 1? Okay, no worries. mean, I'd be glad to do you on Tuesday or Wednesday. But these stupid classes. Yes. Well, I actually start the interviews at 1 p.m. and then I do them until around completed until about 5, and then I have to go cover one of our evening offices. It won't. I mean, we can schedule Monday. I mean, it's up to you. Monday. Yep. 1 p.m. All right. Is it okay if I text this number just as a reminder for you? And whenever I do, I'll just give you what you need to bring and the address here, and just text me back your full name. So I'm ready for you. All right. Yep.
Come on, Light. Work with me here. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on, four-wheeler. Get out of the way.
Oh shit. It'll be Tuesday. It's Monday's Labor Day. Blaggets.
What up, C14? What's going on, man? Son of Sam, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Unindoctrinated. Good afternoon. Good to see you. How are you? You're still working on the solar? Damn. I'm doing all right, man. A little bit windy out here on this open highway, but 220 miles to go and I'm done for the day. So it'll be all right.
How long is he going to Hello.
All right, Anon. We'll catch you later, brother. Thanks for coming in.
Nope, not yet. Nope. Or it'll be suspended. They need more info. It's if they don't give my reasoning, you know, which is the same one I used for the other place that didn't have a sign, and they ended up accepting it, but we ended up having to redo it later. But we'll just have to wait for to have some type of sign up front. Yeah. Okay, but we'll see. They haven't decided yet. I hope they're looking at the video. I mean, because I'm actually explaining things while I'm speaking, but I gave a full explanation on the suspension thing. So you would think at least the first one, but who knows? If it's an algorithm, they would respond a lot faster.
You having problems getting solar done, or is it because of the weather, or what?
Right. Yeah, it's true. It's Google. Yes, sir. Bye.
You, your sidekick, and a win. Oh, okay. No, 30K. You can gamble 30K. Because when you roll 100, it triples it. It gives you 90,000.
Let me see.
I don't know. Patrick, do the miles. How many miles you got?
Oh yeah, when I leave, let me stop at one. I know.
All right, now try it again. I gamble all. Or exclamation point gamble all. Duke City, what up, man?
Impact employment on speak if I help you. Hello? Hello?
See, it let him bet 30,000. There's a way to find out for sure. Do the miles, do the gamble, and then do the miles again. You'll find out exactly how much you're betting and gambling and shit. No, exclamation point, give their name and then the amount of miles. Yeah, I don't know, unindoctrinated. I didn't develop it. I'm just using it. Yes, that is bugs hitting my windshield. Sounding like popcorn.
I put it now.
I bet you don't have an even number of miles now, Patrick. It changes the longer you're in chat. You earn miles just by being in chat.
No exit.
Told you. Wow, a Kraken killed everybody. $420 was your dad's birthday? Right on. These bugs are really big.
Bucket.
Nice, Son Sam. Oh yeah. Holy crap.
All right, guys, I'm not reading chat right now. I'm actually fixing a suspended Google account real quick. Thanks.
Don't do the join heist. Just heist all or whatever you want to bet, Son of Sam. There you go. Yeah. Secret agent man really like this summer loving. Too hot to go out in July, I guess.
About to go over 1 million.
Damn, unindoctrinated. You're not doing very good with the heist. Hey, Joker, what's up, man? The fog and the cracking got you all fucked up. What's crack-a-lacking? Trade miles for food stamps. What the fuck? When it's flat and boring as hell, it looks just like home. Or where's home? Kansas, Nebraska. Oklahoma, yeah, that's another one. Parts of Texas are like that too. Home is where I lay my head. Fuck it. Texas is a hell of a lot better than fucking California.
All except for Austin, California.
No, Smiley. Cloud Kicker, don't treat that motherfucker like they're the missing link or some shit. Good night, mate. Careful you walk about.
Yeah, shitty.
Come on, you stupid motherfucker. Really, it's 65 here, not fucking 55, dude. behind me, Son of Sam? Yeah, there you go. Put down more blacktop in a cold ass environment. That way, when it rains and freezes and shit, ice, snow, it'll be slicker and snot on a door handle. I was at $4.99 yesterday, Smiley. I don't know what happened. Wake up last night or early this morning, it was a $4.98. I'm like, what the hell? Probably not unindoctrinated.
Let me check to see if all my stock accounts are subscribed to them. I know I do like for.
People are in and out of here like a fucking revolving door.
I'll be his 500th.
Like a cat house on a buy two, get one free day. Yay! 502. What I'm seeing. Thank you guys so very much.
Just hitting him with all my other stock accounts here.
Thank you, Smiley. Thing here.
Already subscribed. Pretty sure this one's already subscribed too. Yep. This one too. Yep.
Thank you, Son of Sam. I am too, man. I appreciate everybody very, very much. I really don't care if I really grow at all. It's not about Well, that's the only way we allow them here, Smiley. Hey, thanks, Doc. I appreciate you, man. Again, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. So much appreciated, you guys. You know, this shit's gonna slow me down a ways. Oh, well, I guess not. It's over now. Well, that's so good, Patrick.
All right.
Hey, Javi, put new threads through the wash before you wear them the first time, man. That's your friendly reminder. Yeah, I fucking hate them fucking pecker gnats. It can be a headache sometimes, but for the most part, it's all right. Passes time. And it's informative most of the time. If nothing else, you learn who to avoid. What up, Lucky? Good to see you. I don't know what the hell you typed, but hello. Yeah, that's true, Havoc. That's true, man. Like I said, it can be a learning experience. You learn who to avoid, and you learn who to embrace. Oh, sup everyone backwards. Oh, okay. I see that now. Somebody's in an ornery mood, huh, Lucky?
Hey, you leave it now. Leave it. Take it on.
Hold on, I got a call coming in. Hello. 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 I'm just fine. What can I do for you? I'm already qualified.
Our guy's really busy right now.
I'm already enrolled. Yes, I already have it. Fucking idiots, man. What the fuck? Very weird. Very weird. Time for snacky. Well, most of the time, Cloud Kicker, I answer FBI field office. You're on a recorded line. How can I help you? And that gets them the clicky. 110% of the time, Cloud Kicker. Nah, I better be realistic. 99% of the time. What's the new law, Joko? If I was to look it up, I wouldn't be hands-free. Why don't you just tell me? I'll just look it up. Yeah, don't look like much different than the other 48 states that have the hands-free law. And it's a secondary charge. You can't be pulled over for that alone. You have to be speeding or something. Same way you would any other source, Havoc. It actually works better as horizontal. Then you can have writing above and below the video, not on the video itself. Yay! Not get a million. Yay! When you hit create video, should be an option right there. I don't know on desktop, Havoc. I do all my stuff on the phone. I don't think so for a short. Havoc. Make sure it's not made for children. That's all you gotta do. I would blur out the guy actually getting shot, Havoc. Havoc. Edit the video in that app that you have, that you bought, or that program. Upload it to YouTube. All right, son Sam, what's up, man? Stay safe. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you on the next one. What up, Chopper?
Oh, Chopper, sorry.
Do what you gotta do, Patrick. We'll be here for a couple more hours yet. Later, Lucky. Have a great day, man. Be safe.
All right.
All right, we'll do, Lucky. number. Fuck this. I'm hopping in back and going to bed. Good night, y'all. I'll leave the truck and the stream running. Hey, thanks, Cloud Kicker. I think I'll be kicking clouds if I do that. So I think I'll pass. Willing to get out your glasses and someone breaks in. Oh boy. That's like the equivalent of a woman putting her hair in a ponytail. You know, some shit's about to go down. Usually just her head, but you know. I said what I said. You know things are about to get serious when that ponytail holder comes out. No, I was younger, I used to look for girls that had those elastic ponytail holders around their wrists at all times. Oh no! That's not what I was talking about. Not fighting. The only fighting they're doing, the way I'm talking about, is fighting for air.
Hey, Miss Bees.
I know them corn rolls, man, with some fresh out the
Let's see what else
oven
is
with
on.
some butter.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Yet again, another emotional roller coaster. I'm all in, cheering, ready to make a upbeat video. Let's freaking go. We got another celebrity in the wokest of woke world, in the middle of Hollywood, with the balls to challenge the official acceptable leftist woke narrative. Goes on stage, does it. It's perfect. We got another one to add to the list. It's a beautiful thing because it's counterculture. You know, it's not just these cringe celebrities promoting the woke talking point of the day. It's somebody actually willing to tell the truth, somebody with the courage to stand up and say what is right, say what needs to be said. Then, of course, the woke backlash hits, and they simply just don't get it. They didn't learn the lesson. That should be so obvious these days. After the myriad of examples and situations that we've seen, they cave into the woke pressure and frickin' apologize. Why? Why do you gotta do that, man? It was so good. It was perfect. Never apologize to the woke mob. Never apologize to the leftist
They won't accept it.
authoritarians.
They
I
won't
don't know. I'm
accept it.
crossing my fingers and hoping it's going to be another Neo situation where Carlos Santana comes out with a public statement saying, nope, that was my publicist who issued that apology. I stand by my statements. I guess I'll be eagerly waiting. But either way, apology, no apology, it doesn't matter. Let's cover the viral moment. I think that's really what's important. At the end of the day, the apology is a pathetic PR stunt. The statement was made, and you know that that's the true opinion. Let's stick to the positive. We'll cover the
They had
negative a
no
little
user.
bit. And let's talk
Welcome.
about this new trend as Hollywood celebrities seem to be waking up in droves. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, take a look at this on Twitter. A video initially posted by Yashar Ali, which was then reposted by Greg Price and some other individuals, but this post in particular receiving 6.6 million views with a caption that writes, last night at a concert in New Jersey, rock legend Carlos Santana said the following, when God made you and me, before we came out of the womb, you know who you are and what you are. A woman is a woman and a man is a man.
Or you're lying your ass up. There is no virtue.
Okay, that's how he feels.
Reality. When God made you and me, before we came out of the womb, you know who you are and what you are. Later on, when you grow up and you see things and you start believing that you could be something that it sounds good, but you know it ain't right. Because a woman is a woman and a man is a man. Whatever you want to do in the closet, that's your business. So I'm okay with that. I am like this with my brother Dave Chappelle.
So one thing to clarify, Greg Price wrote in his tweet that the concert was last night, so he posted on August 24th, implying that it happened on August 23rd. It happened actually back in July. Really not a big deal, but anyways, just extra context there. But addressing the statement itself, perfect. Clearly a friend of Dave Chappelle, clearly has his own personal opinions. He sees the current, let's call it cultural trend, doesn't agree with it, and so he used his platform to voice his opinion. Absolutely nothing controversial, really nothing groundbreaking was said. It's kind of crazy to think in the modern day that what was said there, I mean, what you were just listening to, is somehow controversial or somehow courageous, but alas it is. He had the cojones to say it. And good on him to stand by Dave Chappelle in defense of Dave Chappelle against the woke pitchfork mob. He said nothing wrong and nothing controversial, and so he should have stood by his statements, but unfortunately, this happened. Carlos Santana apologizes for anti-trans comments. His comments weren't anti-trans, his comments were simply biologically factual and correct. But anyways, let's read the article. Carlos Santana has apologized for his comments during a New Jersey concert back in July. The iconic guitarist sparked renewed outrage. Renewed outrage, they say. Who exactly? Who's outraged over his statements? Like 5 people on TikTok? When the video of the event resurfaced on social media capturing him making his remarks. We already heard the remarks, so let's move on. The backlash prompted Santana to release a since-deleted apology Thursday on Facebook. "I am sorry for my insensitive comments," he wrote according to CNN. "They don't reflect that I want to honor and respect all persons, ideals, and beliefs. I realize that what I said hurt people, and that was not my intent. I sincerely apologize to the trans community and everyone that I offended." Santana added that his personal goal is to honor and respect all persons, whether they are LGBTQ or not. "This is the planet of free will, and we have all been given this gift. I will now pursue this goal to be happy and have fun, and for everyone to believe what they want and follow in your hearts without fear. It takes courage to grow and glow in the light that you are, and to be true, genuine, and authentic. We grow and learn to shine our light with love and compliments." I'm a little bit confused.
What
I
I'm
guess what
talking
he's
about.
apologizing for is the way that it was perceived. He's stating that his personal goal is to honor and respect all persons, their beliefs,
1,
and
2,
ideals,
3,
which I'm confused by because literally nothing of what he said attacked or dishonored or disrespected anybody's personal ideals or
Yeah,
beliefs.
good
He
job,
simply
Lester.
stated a fact. He never attacked
All
a
my people in
particular
second shift
community.
showed up.
He never attacked an individual. He never attacked people's personal beliefs. He simply said that God made you what you are. You are what you are. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. There's absolutely nothing controversial about that statement, and so I don't understand why he's apologizing. You know, these celebrities ought to learn a very important lesson here. Stop apologizing for things that you didn't do. There is an entire group on the internet, a leftist activist group, that essentially collects social media clout and cultural clout off pretending to be offended, taking somebody's statements and making wild, leaping assumptions about what that person meant, and then going after you. Stop feeding into it. Never makes it go away. All you do is empower this extreme minority of people who want to control speech, who want to use their online intimidation tactics to dictate the rules of expression. You are feeding the leftist authoritarian mob and making it harder for people to voice their opinions. Now, a little context here at the end. By Friday morning, the post no longer appeared on his Facebook page, but in a follow-up post, he wrote, "The energy of consciousness generates its own kind. Hate begets hate. Love begets love." So maybe he understands. Maybe he realized it was a massive mistake to apologize. He probably got piled on after he apologized by all of these miserable, woke individuals online. Maybe Dave Chappelle gave him a call and said, "Bro, what are you doing?" You know, at this point, it's all speculation. We can only speculate, and hopefully that's the case. My take personally, I'm a little bit disappointed to see the apology, but I'm going to attribute the apology to kind of like a panic reaction and just not knowing the circumstance, not knowing the situation. I'm going to give Carlos Santana credit. Good on you. Overall, I think he did the right thing. I think what he did was incredibly courageous. and I think we ought to see more of it. You know, some people might think that I'm a hypocrite because in many previous videos, when celebrities voice their opinions politically, and especially in sports, yada, 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 I've often reacted with nobody cares what celebrities think. But I think it's a little bit of a different situation because in those cases, it's celebrities just, you know, doing the bogus activism thing, simply regurgitating the woke stance of the day. In these cases, it's counterculture, you know, it's punk rock, it's courageous, it's standing up against the popular Hollywood view, popular media propaganda view, and using your platform to say what you think is right. Call me a hypocrite, I don't care. These kinds of statements, I'm fully on board, and it seems like we're getting more and more of them these days. Legendary rock star Alice Cooper calls gender-affirming care for children a fad and condemns the whole woke thing. You know, it takes immense courage to do something like that. Already, he's getting canceled. Alice Cooper canceled by a cosmetics firm after opposing trans surgery for kids. I think he's representing the majority view. I think he's fighting against something that I personally believe is horribly wrong, and he's putting his career at risk to do so. I give these guys credit. I like that we're seeing more of it. We're seeing more celebrities feeling comfortable to stand against the woke nonsense in Hollywood. All we got to do now is get them to stop apologizing when the woke mob comes after them. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Good shit. We had a couple videos out already. When we watch Jeremy's show, we pretty much know his videos that are coming out. So.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. You know, I recently heard somebody say that inflation or the economy won't be the right angle to go after Joe in the 2024 election. It seems like the thought process is that everything's going to be fine in the next 12 months. Inflation's going to be down. The economy's going to recover by the time the 2024 election comes around. Inflation's no longer going to be a thing. It's a bad talking point. It's going to turn into a Joe Biden W. Well, I'm here to dispel that notion. I think people who are promoting that idea are promoting absolute sheer copium. Let's continue to go in on this ridiculous Bidenomics lie. The economy is not in recovery. I'd argue the exact opposite is happening. More pain is right around the corner. Let me make my case, but this video is actually brought to you guys by a sponsor, a quite relevant sponsor, so let's play that clip. This video is brought to you guys by American Hartford Gold. The powers that be are trying to convince you that we're in an economic recovery. Everything's fine. Meanwhile, over the last 2 years, it seems like the cost of living has nearly doubled. This fiat currency scam continues to hurt you in this age of money printing where money isn't even real. Bank runs are happening, banks are failing, and to make matters even worse, the Russian government just confirmed a new BRICS gold-backed currency, signaling a possible end to the petrodollar, which is backed by fake fiat US dollars. The world is complicated, economics is complicated, and it seems like no matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, your purchasing power just continues to become weaker. Well, there's a clear answer in tough economic times. The answer is to divert a portion of your portfolio in stable, tangible assets like precious metals, gold, and silver. And American Hartford Gold is the best in the business. One phone call and they'll deliver physical gold and silver straight to your doorstep, or they'll deliver it directly into your IRA or 401k. They're the best and only option in the business, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and decades of experience in the business. Not to mention they're running an amazing promotion where you can receive up to $5,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. What are you waiting for? They're one call away. Simply call message. Please explain to me how that's the case. How is it possible that Bidenomics is working? How is it possible that we're going to see a miraculous recovery out of nowhere when huge swaths of the population are literally going broke?
Americans have burned through nearly all the savings they built up during the pandemic, and now the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco is warning that a lack of available cash could hurt the economy. Julia Chatterley with us again at the table for more. A lot of the banks were waiting sort of for this day to come, saying, watch out, all of this excess cash or liquidity for someone at home
$2 trillion
is going to dry up, and then what? So and then what is what the San Francisco Fed is addressing.
Yeah, they're saying that we could burn through this cash as early as this quarter. So this sort of day of reckoning that we've all been talking about
could be upon us, because the consumer has been such a fundamental part of keeping the US economy out of recession with all the spending that we're doing. So there is expected to be an impact. The question is, what do consumers do once this cash runs out? The backstop then is their weekly paychecks, monthly paychecks, of course, or debt. And that's especially true for lower income families, of course, because they've got less ability to adjust their spending.
The most recent study says that Americans are burning through pandemic-era savings. You know, the Fed has been telling us for almost a year, don't worry, everything's okay. We don't see a recession in the near future because Americans have a good amount of savings. In fact, we're seeing the highest levels of savings. People have a good financial cushion. Fast forward maybe 8 or 9 months, maybe it's been a year, I don't know. Time just seems to go so fast. That little cushion, that safety net, has all but evaporated. There is no more cushion. It has simply been wiped out by exactly one thing, Bidenomics. And of course, again, as predicted, inflation is proving to be a whole lot stickier than expected. Sure, headline inflation is down, and you're seeing all the talking heads trying to give Joe Biden credit. Same thing with all these Democrats. You know, this is the message they're pushing.
President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris have been laser focused on fighting for the issues that matter most to the American people. And by every measure, my friends, they have delivered.
But the reality is the same troubles persist. Joe Biden tries to take credit for inflation going down, but prices are obviously still up massively, significantly from when he took office. And just because headline inflation is going down doesn't mean core inflation is going down. And that is setting up what I describe as a nightmare scenario. Jerome Powell, chairman of the Fed, just recently said this during a press conference.
It is the Fed's job to bring inflation down to our 2% goal, and we will do so. We have tightened policy significantly over the past year. Although inflation has moved down from its peak, a welcome development, it remains too high. We are prepared to raise rates further if appropriate and intend to hold policy at a restrictive level until we are confident that inflation is moving sustainably down toward our objective. We are attentive to signs that the economy may not be cooling as expected. So far this year, GDP growth has come in above expectations and above its longer run trend. And recent readings on consumer spending have been especially robust. In addition, after decelerating sharply over the past 18 months, the housing sector is showing signs of picking back up. Additional evidence of persistently above trend growth could put further progress on inflation at risk and could warrant further tightening of monetary policy.
The Federal Reserve is now prepared to raise rates further because inflation is still too high, still too sticky, and what they're looking at specifically is core CPI, not headline CPI. That alone is one thing, but that mixed with the fact that now people are running out of a safety net cushion, people are literally going broke, and even worse, compounded with credit card debt hitting a record high of $1 trillion, we're most likely reaching what I'd argue is possibly a nightmare scenario. This chart that you're seeing right here, this is not sustainable. Credit card rates are above 20%. People are living off debt, they have no more money, their wages can't keep up. Not only the cost of goods, but cost of housing is becoming increasingly more unaffordable as we're hitting 20-year highs in mortgage rates. Does this seem like a situation that's just magically going to fix itself? People are being crushed under the burden of increased financing costs. And right when they're running out of money, the Fed isn't indicating that they're going to be lowering the cost of financing, but the exact opposite. It's about to get even more expensive. I mean, even Chuck Todd's Meet the Press is fact-checking most of the talking points related to Bidenomics.
Let's talk sort of where the facts, where the numbers, where the figures are here, right? Inflation matters to people. We know that's a big driver. It hit a 40-year high last summer of about 9%. It is down now 3.2%. It's lower than it was. It's still higher than what the Fed wants to see, which is why they've kept raising interest rates. It does mean that the mortgage rate, which you heard about, is up to 7.5%. That's the highest it's been in 20 years. Overall national debt, $33 trillion.
Very simply because Bidenomics has been an absolute, utter disaster, a failure. Every talking point is a scam. Recently, Joe Biden's been touting the stock market bounce back as a sign of his success. But again, as I point out, as I've been pointing out for the last almost 2 years, let's call it, the stock market hasn't budged. It tanked hard. I think the NASDAQ, which is generally more volatile, dropped nearly 30%, and it still has yet to recover back to its previous high. After injecting trillions of dollars into the hands of investors, the stock market is lower than it was in 2021. That's not the sign of a working economy. Generally, when the government's printing money and injecting trillions of dollars into the economy, the stock market has no choice but to artificially inflate. Bidenomics is working. Give me a break. People are literally going broke. I think it's very possible, I'd argue it's even likely, that the worst has yet to really hit. The worst is yet to come. I think the idea that Joe Biden's going to get a miraculous bounce back, a huge campaign slogan victory right as 2024 announces, I think that's absolute copium. What's probably much more likely is that we're seeing lagging indicators suggesting the true economic downturn has yet to even really show its ugly face. Joe Biden doesn't get to declare a Bidenomics recovery. Bidenomics is making you broke. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. That's the most recent economic update. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right. Yeah, I'm almost done. Just got to get payroll and everything done today because
where I saw you was a 55. Yeah. I had you at 78. Yeah. All right.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. An anonymous viewer was driving to work when he passed a New York State Police trooper. 2 minutes later, the trooper pulls up behind him and initiates a traffic stop.
Hey, good morning. Hey, how you doing? Michelle State Police. You know I'm stopping you? I do not. All right, so when I had you coming to southbound over by Smithtown Road, I had you going really fast. Or not Smithtown, sorry. Speed limit, what's the speed limit on this road? Speed limit is, well, it goes from where I saw you was a 55. Yeah. I had you at 78.
The driver silently points to his dash cam, and after the trooper sees it, his tune changes.
All right. So I was doing maybe 56. All right. So here's the deal, okay? There was a white SUV. Okay. All right. Hear me out. There's a white SUV that flew by me at 78. Right. Okay. That's pretty fast. Hear me out. I'm gonna paint the picture for you so that you have it on your camera too. All right. There was a white SUV that flew by me at 78. By the time I was able to catch up, because there was no U-turn for me, right? By the time I was able to catch up to a U-turn and turn around, I passed a ton of cars, and none of them were white SUVs. Because I'm keep it real with you. The first white SUV that I saw. Understandable. Okay? So I'm gonna take your word for it, because in all actuality, by the time I was able to turn around, that car could have dipped off. Right? Okay. If you were going that fast, just please try to slow it down. If you were, I'm not going to continue to stop, but I'm just asking if you were. Do you want to check my stuff? No. You're going to be all set, okay? Enjoy the rest of the day. All right. You have a good day. All right. I'm just trying to be transparent. No. I get it. You know.
Yeah, I'm going to be transparent.
Coming around.
Now the trooper claims that he had to travel down the road and turn around to catch the driver. But when the driver passed the trooper, was facing in the same direction as his.
They have those barriers in the middle, so I can't even turn around. I would have been turn around a lot faster. I would have been able to stop the car. But there was no other white SUVs. I tried to look. I wanted to say it was most likely this car.
Can I just ask you a question, though? So, if you did get the right car, but you weren't sure it's the right car, would you just give them a warning, or would you give them a ticket?
You want me to be?
If I didn't have a dash cam.
No, hear me out.
I'm curious. I'm just curious.
I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. If you would have said, "Yeah, I knew why you were stopping me," then obviously it's an omission right there. So then I would have been able to. Okay. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Do I have reasonable suspicion to believe that this was the car? Sure, it was a white SUV. It fit the description of what I saw. Okay. Like I said, it is what it is.
It is what
I
it
want to
is.
say it was this car. I'm almost 90% certain it was.
If you want, we can run it back if you
Nah,
want.
it's fine. I'm not even going to continue it, all right?
Okay.
You take care.
Yeah,
man.
have a good day. Thank you.
Yep.
The driver states that it was because of my videos that he got a dash cam, which provides objective, time-stamped video evidence that can be useful in any legal situation. Some even offer GPS speeds to serve as an impartial witness. I get dozens of emails on a daily basis from victims of alleged police misconduct. And the biggest thing they have in common is that they all failed to record the encounter. Law enforcement often have their own video, but it's foolish to count on them to record the event, as some agencies still don't have body cams, and others
throw it
have
out.
yet to implement dash cams. And as I've shown numerous times on the channel, when agencies do have cameras, they will often charge hundreds of dollars to obtain the footage, and what they provide is often redacted and takes time to receive. Other times, the department and lateral legal teams will do everything they can to keep the videos from you. For example, in February of 2023, I published a video where a driver got a ticket after flipping off an officer.
Where does my dislike of law enforcement come from?
You consent to search your car?
Nope.
I knew that was coming.
I wouldn't tell you anything like that.
Why not? It's not really
Because my life ain't none of your business.
You gonna stop talking so I can talk?
Don't ever tell me how to use my freedom of speech.
I requested the body cams that same month, and the department refused to release them. The request was escalated to the county attorney, who also refused. And just this week, I received a letter from the Attorney General's office in Texas, stating that they're refusing to turn over the footage because the video shows a license plate, and it claims that the department doesn't have the technological capability to redact it. But considering DaVinci is professional-grade editing software and that it's free, I would allege that they do or could possess the tech very easily, but they refuse to do it for this particular case. You see, they have no issue posting other people's license plates on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, so long as the footage airs them in a good light. Furthermore, I've found several examples that prove that they do have software to add a blur effect to license plates. They even have a weekly show that makes use of several effects proving that they have the tech.
Gerardo Reyes, who rolled his vehicle during a crash on Hillendale Avenue, had a blood alcohol level that is almost twice the legal limit.
And so I allege that they just don't want this footage released. Or it's possible that they're actively lying to ensure that lackluster media doesn't have a request fulfilled. The Attorney General's office failed to provide any information about how to appeal in their nameless, unsigned decision. And so I called the Open Records Department days ago. But of course, I haven't heard back. Now, just for clarity, this is how easy it is to blur a license plate. And if it moves, you click this button, and the software does everything else for you. And to top it all off, the original video that I released showed the license plate. So let me know what you think. Is this a good policy, being used to protect a citizen? Or is this prior restraint of the press because it might not show the agency in a positive light, because the latter is not content neutral?
Once again, you think all that was necessary over one raised middle finger?
Also, you got stopped for failure to signal, so.
Oh, you didn't say anything about me flipping them off and then coming up with a traffic violation?
I mean, flipping people off is road rage.
It really? I would consider that just freedom of speech.
No, it can be considered as road rage.
It can, really? Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'd love to see that charge in court. Oh, you don't think so? Maybe you want to get with your partner afterwards and talk to him about his ego. Nah, I think we both know that's not true.
Let me know in the comments down below. And be sure to get a dash cam so that you don't have to learn how to fight off tyrants yourself. My recommendations can be found below. Thanks for watching. If you have a video, use the submit link in the description or pinned comment. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe and hit the bell for future content, and check out our other channels, Lady Lackluster and The Odd Side. Remember to like, share, and leave a comment about what you think of this interaction. It's the easiest way for you to help expose corruption and misconduct. Merchandise is available using the links below. Join the Lackluster family for just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel. Get a Lack logo next to your name, custom emotes, and early access to videos. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All links are down below.
Oh, Dale, Dale. Mr. 1 million, man. See if he's did any videos over the weekend that I haven't seen. Nope, seen them all. How long is this one? Okay, 40 years.
Mind your business. I'm not speaking to you. I'm doing my thing. You're doing that. You should probably continue that plan. Talk to me like that. I don't know who you think you are, bro. Minding my business. Mind yours. Listen, don't worry about my business. Worry about minding your own. Okay? You're doing your work. I'm doing mine.
I'm speaking for other people.
You're speaking for yourself. I don't have anyone else talking to me. I'm videoing you. I've been videoing that thing the whole time. Mind your business, bro. With your super tight t-shirt acting like there's something.
Guys, welcome back to Greenfield. You're going to see a little clip of why Greenfield is important right after this. But Greenfield, just to refresh your memory, is a place where Police State Productions was assaulted by a city contracted employee.
I gotta take a picture. Don't touch the phone. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, bud. Don't touch it. What was the other side saying? I know the other officer was telling you the other side.
He was saying that you guys approached him with a little more aggression. Obviously
we didn't. It's a video.
I mean,
I saw you. Yeah, no problem.
So it looked like the camera. You can video.
I'm gonna video.
Okay, but stay here. I want to talk to your officer.
I'm just gonna document our interaction. He was a victim. He was assaulted.
Absolutely.
You know.
You're free to do that.
Perfect. So we're gonna do that. You know, we're not gonna obstruct. Obstruct the physical act. We're not gonna do that. We just want to monitor our investigation here. Investigation about him. The reason I'm doing this is because this guy over there looks like.
I'm explaining to him the other side.
Go ahead, man.
Which is part of the audio.
Go ahead, man.
So if you can stay over there.
Listen, everything is on camera. There's no other side of the story. So if you want to try and spin it, go ahead.
With him?
With the guy on the truck.
He'll get the. So I'm gonna take the paperwork, send it in the court, and he'll get summons in the court for the damage and stuff like that.
Okay. Is it just going to be damage to the property, or will there be assault or?
I have to look. I just have to verify if you said the camera's extension. I'm not sure if the court's going to classify him grabbing the camera and pulling it. If that's going to be an assault, I'll look into it if it is. Yeah. No,
well, it depends. Massachusetts has a disorderly statute which goes towards violent and tumultuous, which is behavior can be considered.
Yeah. So once I look over it, I'll do.
It's a place where the current chief of police actually engaged in racially biased comments and racial discrimination in hiring practices and promotions against his officers.
Come and see if Robert Haig was still the chief. He is. That's the police chief that went to court and lost the case for racial animus, right? Same one. What do you think about that? Do you like peers? Whose rights did he violate? Were they black, brown? What were they? I didn't say were the case. I'm saying, is this the station where he worked at? You just work for him, right? You just work for him. That's all. You sued him. You sued him. You sued a good guy? Why did you sue him if he's a good guy?
What kind of contradicting?
Huh? You felt wronged. Approximately 4 months ago, protesters called for the resignation and the immediate termination of Chief Robert Haig. He was placed on leave for 6 months after denying a promotion to a black police officer simply because of the color of his skin.
So much so that 2 of his officers sued him. One of those officers being one that we met on our last audit at the Greenfield PD. The mayor was never available to answer any questions, and we wanted to know if this chief is that bad that even his own cops hate him, why did you reinstate him after his suspension? Well, it seems like that's trickling down into the community because Darren lost it today. We also stopped by Community TV. The guy in charge of that was also the chair of the Human Rights Commission in Greenfield. He resigned because of the corruption in Greenfield and had to say this about the mayor and chief.
Yeah, that would help.
Well, he had made some racial comments, and then some of the police officers, one whom was of color, of a different color than he, and then a separate police officer, they actually sued the chief of police.
Yeah.
So there was dissension.
The mayor's dug her heels in over this and is protecting him. I don't know why. I think there's something like
We went to
family connections. And
We
things
went
like
to
that.
City Hall and we asked that
That's
same
wrong.
question.
That's wrong to alter the law to suit your family connections.
Right.
It's another reason why I resign because there's just too much going on.
What's up, guys? We're doing we're engaging in free press. With free press. She's saying, "Oh shit." All right. What do we got here? Yeah, I wonder what she's doing a story on. Yeah. Oh, it's like, why am I on camera? She's saying, like, the news person wants to know, like, why we're like on camera. Like, what? Like, Here we are, guys, at the Greenfield Public Library. You might remember Greenfield because of this. That was nuts. So you got the Greenfield Public Library. You got the court across the street. We have what looks like a Franklin County Sheriff's deputy over here today. He's buzzing. I'm liking this. Donalyn. Got to buckle up for safety, right? Seatbelt. Click it or ticket. Click it or ticket. Oh no. That's what his wife said.
He's riding dirty. Right? That's the expression?
That's right. No, we caught him riding dirty. That says law secures liberty without license. I like that.
He didn't even like say, hey, how's your day going? Like, people are so
I've been wanting to come back to Greenfield, folks. Like I told you, corrupt chief of police in Greenfield. 2 police officers, one who we met the last time, actually sued the chief of police. He was that dirty that other cops sued him, and he admitted to it to us on camera. Town hall failed. Peter. Okay. Hello. How we do skin today? How we do skin today?
very well.
Good, good. We're doing well also. Thank you for asking. Hello, Francesca.
Hi.
How are we doing today? Doing well? Teen librarian? Excellent. How long have you worked in the library?
7 years.
Ooh, it's a long time. A lot of books.
Yes. We're
A lot
doing
of
well
books
too.
in
Thank you
7
for
years.
asking. She didn't ask. I know you didn't give me a chance. Huh.
Well, I mean, I asked her and she didn't ask how we was doing either. It's all right. It's no big deal. Just
All right, guys.
we just wanted to
I'm
come.
gonna wrap it up.
Just libraries. Got all sorts of like cool cameras.
How
And,
long was this building? We opened July 13th. Very nice.
do you love it compared to the old building? Of course, right? It's brand new.
Night and day.
Night and day, yeah.
Well,
You want to continue watching that? There's the link. Peace, everybody.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.